Alright, here is the main menu. We're in the arcade emulators list. This is some of my favorite games here. We're just going to go into one here. We'll go into Robotron. Now, Robotron is a two-joystick game. Now, the original game had two joysticks. So, in this case, we're going to use players 1 and 2's joysticks to control the character. I'm not going to be able to do it one-handed, so we'll just show you the demo here. But there are 4 players: green, red, blue, and yellow. Each player has a start button and a coin insert button. The final machine will have a coin door that works for 4 players, but for now we've got coin buttons. Alright, players 1 and 2 have 6 buttons each. Players 3 and 4 on the sides have 4 buttons each. There are no games, as far as I know, that require more than 4 buttons for players 3 and 4. On the inside here, you can see the wiring. There is a lot of wiring going on. I used an Ethernet cable for most of the buttons and joysticks, and for what I'm doing now here is switching from 4-way to 8-way. You can see the little restrictor there changes depending on the style of game you're playing. If you're playing an old school game that only requires up, down, left, and right, you would switch it so that you can't hit the diagonals. And for everything else, you'll switch it back to 8-way so you can hit all the corners. Now, this is set up for Xbox 360 interface as well as PC interface with an iPack. There's an Xbox 360 controller that is hacked into the buttons as well. So this panel can hook up to an Xbox 360 as well as a PC for running emulators. Lots of wiring going on. The iPack is in the center there. There's the trackball and the spinner. And we'll insert a coin here and we'll start the game up. As you can see, I really can't control the other joystick because I'm holding the camera, but you can see how it works. Basically, one shoots and one controls your character. Alright, so we'll back out here, and I'll just show you a couple more games. Here is Classic Fighter Mortal Kombat, and we'll throw some coins in here. I'll try to do this one-handed. Can probably do a few little maneuvers. Alright, so much for that. I'm not going to be able to win one-handed, unfortunately. Alright, moving along here, I got Street Fighter 2, another classic fighter from the 90s. These are just some of the games. There's thousands and thousands of games. Plus the system will emulate console systems, Nintendo, Genesis, endless PlayStation. And once again, I'm not going to be able to do this too well one-handed, but I'll show you a few things, how the controls work. Everything works. Surprisingly, after I tested it, everything pretty much worked. There was a few wires I had to move around, but after doing all the wiring, I hooked it up and almost everything worked fine. Pretty good. Alright, let's back out. Let's go into another game. Here's the Simpsons. Now, this is a 4-player game, so I can show you how the all 4 players will work. Here's a quick close-up of the marquee that I made. Alright, so we're going to put coins in for players 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's player 1, 3, player 2, and player 4. And 4 players can play at the same time on this one. My previous machine had two players only, but now I can play four. So there's a few four-player games. Um, you know, The Simpsons. There's two Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles games. So there's a few. Gauntlet is another one. Gauntlet 2. Alright, so we got the coins in. We'll add the other players now with their start buttons. And as you can see, they all the joysticks work to control each player. Alright, let's back out again. There are lots and lots of games on here, so I've broke it down into a few different categories that I can easily get to, but this list here is all of the games, so it just goes on and on and on. Alright, we're going to go into Tempest. Now, Tempest is one of the games that uses the spinner. There are not a whole lot of spinner games, but one of the best, in my opinion. Now, this game originally had a vector monitor, so my little CRT raster-based monitor emulates it pretty well, but it would definitely look better on the original monitor, but it works fine. So basically you're a ship and you go around different shaped levels and you're trying to clear all the enemies coming at you. Also very difficult to play one-handed, but you can see the spinner works fine. Here is Centipede. Centipede, a trackball game. A lot of people are familiar with Centipede. Basically you move around the bottom and shoot up at the centipede that is coming down at you. There are spiders that come and eat the mushrooms, but they can also kill you if you run into them at the bottom. So you have a choice to either kill them or let them clear the path. But the spinner and the trackball both work fine depending on the game. Bowling games, you can roll the trackball quick. Alright, here's the main menu that has all the different systems in there. Here's Nintendo. I'll just show you a quick little Nintendo footage here, and just to show you that the Nintendo emulation is fine on here. So you can play original NES stuff on this system. Okay, well there we go, guys.